I was really having a hard time focusing. I just didn't have the energy that I used to, and the focus. It was almost like this inner clutter.
I was aware I was still eating emotionally, and that's what drew me to Linda in the beginning.
Last year I decided I was going to give up dieting forever, and the consequence my pendulum swung to the other direction though, and the consequence was quite a hefty weight gain, I have to say. And so at the start of the year, when I saw your cleanse being advertised, I thought that was the ideal thing to do to start to bring balance back into my life. It was a good way to begin.
I absolutely felt like crap. I really have been in a slump. I retired 3 years ago. And instead of doing all these great things in exercise classes and walking 10 miles a day, I haven't been doing that. Instead, I've been putting on weight and eating junk food. And so I've really been very down on myself. And I knew I had to do something. And plus, not to mention my cholesterol being off the charts, and my health. Now that I'm getting older, I have to pay more attention to it.
It was like, I felt like my mind was just like, I was in overwhelm, and I couldn't get out of my own way. It seemed like I required a lot of sleep.
I was feeling quite slow and lethargic, and I'd been finding actually over the years I had a lot of pain in my fingers. I was starting to get joint pain in my fingers, and just generally not feeling my best. I've done these cleanses before. I say these cleanses, this cleanse was nothing like those cleanses. In the past it's been things like green juice or very, very restricted food. I was astonished to see your cookbook of all these wonderful foods that I could actually eat.
Yeah, I was scared to do it, but I knew I had to do it, and I'm so glad that I did.
What I became aware of when I started the cleanse, an observation of when I was eating and what I was eating, why I was eating. And Linda really brought a lot of that into my awareness.
I didn't have to sacrifice or deprive myself at all.
You said, Doug, this isn't about punishing yourself or suffering.
No suffering allowed on this cleanse, no.
Like, you just encourage people to just do it their way. Just roll the way that you roll. To let go of all of that deep inner guilt and judgment.
In the diet industry, as you said, it's really perpetuated this. It's given us a tool that doesn't work. And then we feel like a failure. We feel like, why can't I get this? Well, I've tried everything. And I just can't get this. So to enter into a space where you kind of turn all those ideas upside down because they don't work, and you go into it, with curiosity about your own body, and you start listening and discovering, you can't help but come into your own authenticity.
Is all through the time, I never once felt like I was deprived.
I had every single thing in my home already. I didn't have to go out and buy a whole pile of supplies, because everything in the reset is in my cupboard already.
But the variety of foods, the lovely, fresh, delicious recipes just made it feel like I wasn't on a cleanse. And day after day after day, the weight was falling off me. I ended up losing 9.4 pounds over the 10 days.
The recipes are so easy and simplified, and the encouragement.
I love that we have a group forum that during the reset, it's an hour each day. Linda comes on and we all talk, and it's on Zoom, and we all get to share, and it just seems that all of us just become a connected group during it all, and I made friends through it, and I feel closer to all of the girls afterwards.
So yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant and easy. That's the big takeaway for me. It was so easy, and I'm going to do it 4 times a year when you offer it, because it's just such a great boost.
It was kind of a breeze.
And I found that because I really liked the food, I really liked doing the soups and the recipes, and I know how to make all this new stuff now, which is great. I didn't feel deprived like other diets. I felt deprived, but I did not feel deprived doing this cleanse. So that was great. In fact, when we end this, I'm going to make that Thai coconut soup that I really came to like.
It's so good.
But and I also make that raw cocoa fudge stuff. And when I crave sugar now, I go to stuff like that.
I love the recipes. I love being able to just play in the kitchen.
It was quick and easy. Nothing took time for me to make.
It's amazing how delicious you can make food without all of the stuff in it, you know, and really it's quick.
I actually have cooked a lot of these recipes. I keep them and do them now all the time. And I have so many people just loving the recipes. So there's something I eat even after the reset.
So I did really good on the cleanse. I didn't cheat. And you know, I had some emotional stuff come up. I ended up losing a doctor that I was close to. And I really wanted to freak out over that, like run to the sugar, run for the wine. And Linda was able to get me through that. And that was great, because normally I just want to drown my feelings. Like we just want to numb ourselves, like you say. And to not do that was big. That was huge for me.
I had gained back some weight that I had lost before from my fun December. and I lost that again. It just went off really easy. And I had been experiencing weight loss resistance for quite some time, 12 pounds in the 10 days.
Now I'm becoming into a higher state of awareness of when I'm eating to feed my body and when I'm eating to feed myself emotionally.
I started to feel absolutely brilliant. I mean, I don't know if you can see on camera, but my skin looks amazing.
No, I was going to say that to you. I'm like, you look like a teenager with that skin.
It made huge difference. I mean, I'm going to be 58 on my birthday, so I'm not a teenager, but it really made a huge difference to my skin, and you know, my eyes are bright and sparkly, and my energy just started to increase and increase and increase.
My skin is glowing again.
Increased energy, definitely. That's probably the number one thing, because it's radically different.
I'm still not tired. It's like I don't require as much sleep.
I have more energy.
I'm off the cleanse now. I feel great. I know it's not about weight, but I did lose 7 pounds, and I'm feeling really good about that. My skin's a lot better. My complexion, looks better, I think, and my spirit's better.
My body shape changed. I lost weight where I wanted to. And it wasn't so much about the weight. My body shifted. Something emotionally shifted in my body. I let go of something that I've been holding on to.
I just feel more like me.
I felt as though as each day was going on, I was just feeling calmer and stiller, and also it was the old stuff about diet was starting to go. I wasn't thinking about, I shouldn't be eating this, or I shouldn't be doing this. I knew I'd worked out my own food plan based on your guidelines. I knew what I was going to eat. It was satisfying and nourishing, and made me feel as if I was really taking care of myself.
Spiritually and mentally, I feel that I've released some of the fear belief thinking around why I was eating.
I've lost the head fog, and I've lost the procrastination.
But the main thing is that I just feel so much more focused.
I think those are my favorite parts of doing it. Never mind, if there's a few pounds drop off or not, but the clarity. Like if I have a big project, if I'm writing a course or if I need to do something where I need, my ultimate focus and productivity, I do this cleanse first.
The cravings went away. My cravings for sugar and caffeine and junk.
That blanket, there's a cloud that's been lifted, and it's like just such an alert feeling without needing caffeine or sugar or anything that we think is going to make us feel that way, but it doesn't feel as good as the alert that comes from when all the filters are cleaned out, when your body's just operating like the clean machine that it is.
Linda is a little voice in the back of my head now when I don't want to, if I want to be lazy and don't want to go walking or doing stuff. I hear Linda's voice in there saying, come on, you know, you can do it, you can do it. Don't listen to the voice, don't listen to the voice, you can do it.
So this is big stuff for me to want to maintain and start doing these healthy things and to eat, to keep with the way of eating, because I really came to love it. And I'm finding that I feel so much better when I eat the way you taught us. And I discovered that I love to cook.
Linda is top notch. I have done many reset programs and I have never ever felt like this at the end of them. I even stayed on this reset for a little longer than I had to because I just enjoyed all the recipes so much.
Hope, I think, is the other thing that I don't, because I was thinking, in order to get this weight off again, my son's getting married in September, and I thought, well, I need to get this weight off again, so I'm going to have to go on to some kind of diet. And now I know I don't have to do that. I know that, with the right nutrition and the right mindset and just giving up that diet mentality, that I will come back to the weight that I want to be, that's good for me.
And what a difference it is when you make your own meals. It really is a spiritual thing, I've come to realize.
I don't know, I feel like a little bit more kind of trust in my own body again, that it knows what it needs, and I'm going to be able to work with it in a way that I haven't before, because before I was just I was either the taskmaster making it stick to the rigid diet, or all bets were off and I was just eating whatever I wanted. So that's hope for balance.
People get so many big shifts throughout this 10-day process that they didn't even expect. We start off doing it for health purposes and to strengthen our immune system, to look a little bit better and lose a little bit of weight. But I find that, when I ask people their top 3, those are there, but there's also these other great things that they didn't see coming.
I can't say enough about Linda.
I calmed down, and one thing you told me was try not to watch the news. That was huge. What a difference when I didn't watch the news. Because I'm always upset by it. I'm always angry, and then I realized how watching the news puts me in a totally negative frame. And then I want to pick up food and drown my sorrows from how horrible the world is. So it was huge for me to go on a fast from the news. That was huge.
It'll be part of my lifestyle to do this now.
Try it for yourself. This is doing yourself the biggest gift that you could give yourself. If you're on the fence or if you're thinking about it, do it.
This 46-year journey, because I started my first diet when I was 12 years old. So 46 years of yo-yo dieting has come to an end. Over. That is priceless, really priceless.
And I just bless everyone that comes into this vibration of Linda, because she will feed your soul. Yes, she will.